Good morning, everyone. I'm so excited for this Facebook Live where I'm going to be sharing with everybody how to transform our wounds into wisdom, which is something I'm really passionate about, especially right now when there's so much going on in the world. So I'm going to take some time to just share this video with some friends so that we can all join together in this powerful time of lots of people are going through a lot of challenges right now in the world, and more than ever I feel it's important for us to really come together and share healing. And myself especially, more than ever, I am feeling expansion in my business and so grateful for all the benefits of the work that I'm doing and that I feel is benefiting the collective also, because it's really about coming back to the empowered version of ourselves, the work that I do, and myself included. I have a lot of support in my life. I'm just inviting people right now. I personally get a lot of support. I seek support. I'm not doing this by myself by any means. And the more I feel supported, the more I benefit from reaching out and asking for help and sharing vulnerably that I don't have it all together, you know, as far as like the business aspect. I have Vinny and Nathan helping me out, and I have my two love coaches, Gladys Diaz and Michelle Rosa. There's been a lot of resistance I've been having also to writing my book, and I have a publisher now, Lynn Everard, that's helping me, meeting with me weekly. And it's so important for us to have accountability partners and to have people that are really there for us and that we feel very supported by. So right now in this Facebook Live, I'm just taking some time to invite people. You have support is what I want you to know. I am your support right now, and I'm gonna be a support for you in the next 15 to 20 minutes, so that you can lean back and be guided the way that I guide my clients to release and process the hurts of the past. A lot of us are walking around holding on to baggage, the past, the stories, the narratives, the things that we think that we are that weigh us down, when in reality, every single moment is an opportunity for us to rebirth, for us to redesign and recreate our reality. And it's a blessing to have. Thank you for sharing this video too. If you can share it to groups, let's see how many people we can get to transform our wounds into wisdom. And I'm just gonna take a look here. Sam, thank you for joining us. Erica, Ana Maria, how are you, my beautiful aunt? Julie Rosenthal, thank you so much everyone for joining us. So I invite you right now to find a spot where you can lay down ideally, or if you want to sit down in a chair and just lean back in the chair. That's the first step for transforming our wounds into wisdom. And what I'm going to do is guide you inside. We're going to go inside the closet and we're going to see what's in there, because each one of us has a past. Each one of us has baggage, things that we're holding on, traumas, hurts. So I invite you right now to lean back, close your eyes, and open up your body. What I find is, being that I'm a physical therapist, I'm very conscious of therapeutic alignment. So when I do body work on a person, when I massage a person, or when we're doing healing work, I'm always conscious of how they're aligning their muscles, their bones, and their joints. So the ideal posture for the rapid healing is to open your body, and you can lay down on your back, and also opening up your legs and bringing the soles of your feet together and your knees wide apart. That gives you an opportunity to stretch your pelvic floor. So I invite you to do that. Lay down on the floor if you have to. Lay down on your bed, lean back on a chair, and open your body right now. And that's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna open, and you're gonna notice, how does my body feel opened up? How does my body feel like this? Maybe you're sitting in a chair and that's all you can open up. Spread your legs wider in the chair, and you're just gonna lean back and close your eyes. And I'm gonna guide you on this process to transform our wounds into wisdom. Inhaling through your nose. And take a moment to feel your body expanding when you breathe in the oxygen. And notice, how does my body feel right now? Does my body feel tense when I stretch it and open it? Remember, you're stretching your body, you're opening up your legs, and notice what's in there. Do I hold any tension in my body? Tension is a sign that there might be some woundedness, because we hold our emotions in our body. We hold our memories in our body. And I work with people every day that are holding traumas in their inner thighs, in their hips, in their low back. We actually are holding in our hearts memories. So you're gonna take a moment and scan your body, and we're gonna do a cleansing, breathing into the parts that feel heavy or tense. And you're gonna allow these sounds to wash away any tension. So you're gonna breathe into wherever you feel tension. And then open your mouth. Just allowing the sound to cleanse you. Breathe into where you're holding tension, tightness, pain. Let these sounds cleanse away any tightness areas. And open your mouth. Notice where you're holding. Maybe it's your low back, hip. Maybe it's your throat. Inhale, deeply stretch even more. So you've just spent some time stretching your body. That's where we started. Opening up your thighs, opening up your arms, leaning back, and noticing your breath, noticing where you're holding tension, tightness, or pain or stress. And then you breathed into those parts. Keep your eyes closed. I'm gonna ask you all a question now. Keep your eyes closed, and are you willing to communicate with your subconscious and unconscious mind right now? All you have to do is say yes. And if there's any resistance to connecting clearly with your unconscious, subconscious, whatever you've been holding, are you willing to let go of all resistance to clear connection? Yes, yes, yes. Lean back even more and allow yourself to feel the support of our Creator. We're so loved. You were created on purpose. There's no one else like you. You are unique and you are precious. So lean back into your support surface, feeling grateful. And we're gonna take a journey to our past right now. Going to the past, and we're gonna go to those places that were the most traumatic and hurtful in our lives. So you're gonna ask your inner wisdom, am I still holding on to the past trauma, hurt? Was I ever betrayed? Did I ever feel like a victim? Was I ever cheated on? Was I ever lied to? Was I ever beaten? Was I ever yelled at? Was I ever mistreated? Take a deep breath in and notice if anything came up right now. And you're gonna allow those feelings. Are you willing to allow those feelings to come up even more and come out? So you're gonna take a deep breath into wherever that memory might have activated something in your body. So for example, I had a client who her right arm was very painful, her shoulder, and she used to sleep with her husband, and she was on the left side of the bed, he was on the right side of the bed, and they would argue a lot at night. And when I was working on her arm and she was breathing into her shoulder, she could feel her husband yelling at her in her arm. And she started crying because she was ashamed that she stayed married for so long in an abusive relationship with her husband. And she let him yell at her. She let him throw hurtful words at her. But you know what else? She was really hard on herself. And she realized that he was just treating her the way she treated herself. So healing means to feel whole, to reconnect to those wounded parts. Sometimes we're ashamed that we were in toxic relationships with someone. What's really happening though is we were in a toxic relationship with ourselves. And that's the only way that we could actually invite a toxic partner, a partner that we see as toxic. The only way we can actually see that is because that's what we are. And so somebody might be like, I'm not, I'm spiritual, I'm this, I'm that. But your outward actions might not make you see, maybe your thoughts are toxic. And for me, personally, I found myself very critical of myself, very judgmental of myself. We're all doing the best we can. We do all these courses, or we learn all these techniques, and don't expect yourself to get it right on the first time, or the first 10 times, or 20 times. Just keep growing and learning from every experience rather than you have to get it right. Because for me, I think there's this growing process. When a baby learns how to walk, they fall a lot. Can you imagine a baby getting upset because they're falling and they're learning how to walk? Babies, they're just walking around and doing their best, and then they plop, they'll lose their balance and they just get back up again. So what I found myself doing was I wouldn't just get back up again. I would criticize myself. Why did you make a mistake? Why did you fall? And you should know better. And there was this hard criticizer person inside myself that I could have just enjoyed more of my life and just learned from my mistakes. And this is what the wounds, they're there to grow us. The wounded parts of ourselves, the wounded parts of what happened in our lives, they're actually there to strengthen us and to help us to grow. So now we're gonna take a moment to just keep feeling. We ask that question, where have I been hurt? Where have I been betrayed? Where have I felt like I'm a victim? And we allow those questions to cause us to feel something coming up in the body. When you ask these questions, it's amazing how your body is listening always. And then you can breathe into those parts of the body where you have felt the hurtness or the betrayal. Sometimes people feel backstabbed and they literally feel tension in their back. It's amazing how I witness this every day in the work that I do. When people get in touch with the physical pain and connected to the emotional pain, the traumas, the memories, how real it is. So you wanna put your hand wherever you feel your tension. And remember, you're your greatest healer. You are the one you've been waiting for. So go to that part of your body, and if you can, please comment, where are you feeling tension, tightness, hurtness, woundedness? When I asked that question, what came up for you? Can you all share on the comments right now? I would really love to know what you witnessed. Where are you holding your pain? Was it in your heart? Was it in your hips? Was it in your shoulders? Hi there, Yana. Where did you hold the tension? Mari, did you hold anything? Jeff, you guys, if you can write, I would love to know. Where were you holding? I'm curious. Because for the next step, we're going to ask for the wisdom of our body to be revealed. So take a moment right now. Go to those parts that were tense or tight or in pain. Or if you felt that you're holding resentment somewhere or guilt or shame from the past in your hips. Okay, so thank you for sharing, Erica. You're gonna breathe now awareness into your hips, and you're gonna feel grateful. And feel grateful, Yana, for your lower back and your hips, Erica, because they're talking to you. Feel grateful for your body, that it feels. Right shoulder, so we're gonna, thank you, Mari. We're gonna take a moment right now to just be grateful that you feel, because that in and of itself is such a blessing that you're feeling. There's people out there that are disconnected, frozen, that are not feeling anything, that are depressed. So just the fact that you're open to feeling is a gift. It's a blessing. So take a moment to thank your body that you're feeling. Feel into that part of your body, the right shoulder, the lower back, the hips, and you're gonna ask for the wisdom of your body to be revealed. What did I learn from whatever happened in my past? How can I grow from the past? The trauma, the hurts, the betrayal, the cheating, the abuse. How can I learn from what has happened to me? How can I grow from what has happened to me? And you're just gonna keep your eyes closed and be open to receiving the wisdom of your body. How has it benefited me in my life that I was cheated on? How has it benefited me in my life that I lied? What did I learn from hurting myself or hurting others? What will I do differently now? How can I grow from my woundedness? I had sexual trauma when I was 14 years old, and I played the victim role for many years. And I discovered that when we judge ourselves, when we are ashamed or feel guilty that we didn't say, no, stop, I don't want to do this. I held chronic pain in my body, in my vagina for 14 years of my life. And I got to learn that my interpretation of myself, my judgment of myself, manifests as tension in my physical body. And when I became a physical therapist, nobody talked about emotional pain in the body. So I got to discover that there's another aspect of ourselves that needs to be worked on so that we can really heal the root cause of our opportunities, our challenges, of our suffering. It's not enough to just work on a muscle and do things physically. We have to also address the woundedness. So what if these wounds were actually spots in our life where we could strengthen certain qualities? Did anybody get that they are now more compassionate towards themselves? That you're more compassionate because of what happened to you in the past? Or did anybody get that they're more accepting now, they're more patient? When you got to ask, what did I learn from my woundedness? What did I learn from my past? What did I learn from looking at myself as wounded? Because we can look at ourselves as wise, phoenix rising birds. I'm gonna fly higher in my life because of my woundedness. And I think of Oprah right away because Oprah definitely knew how to turn her shit into fertilizer to grow and elevate herself and be driven even more from her woundedness. So let's take a moment and I invite you to reach your arms up, because how we position and posture affects how we feel. 1313, woo! So let's all do this right now. Are you willing to rise above your woundedness and to be growing and learning and expanding from your woundedness? Are you willing to turn all your shit into fertilizer to grow and thrive from your traumas? Are you willing to thrive from your traumas? Are you willing to? And you can write yes, 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 comment yes, yes, yes. And are you willing to let go of playing the victim role? And are you willing to be grateful that our Creator divinely created all of our challenges so that we could serve in a higher capacity? So from my sexual trauma experience, from my disconnect of my body and my sensuality, my sexuality, I was a eunuch for most of my life, okay? I was ashamed of sexuality or anything related to sex because of the trauma I had. And I was missing out on connecting to my feminine energy. And I love being a woman, but I wasn't going there because I was scared. I was scared of that sexual power. I was scared of my creative power. And I think a lot of us are scared of our power. I think a lot of us. We're manifesting and creating constantly with God, with Creator, Source, Universal Intelligence, whatever you want to call it. We're co-creating together. And I think for a lot of us, it's scary to think that that's what we're doing. So together right now, I invite all of us to just open up your body even more and decide to be a victor instead of being a victim. Are you willing to be a victor, to be victorious right now, regardless of what happened to you in the past? And if you're still angry at somebody because of what happened in the past, are you willing to release, process, transmute that anger right now? Because that's what I'm feeling. Does anybody have anger come up right now? You can say yes if you want. Sadness, frustration because of what happened in the past. And are you open to just saying, I'm just going to be grateful for what happened because I got to learn what that feels like. And then now I get to learn how to forgive and release and process. So let's take a moment, just let whatever's coming out, and we can express our emotions. So for example, if you're feeling anger because something happened to you, rage, right? Beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing, Sherry. So you're feeling rage. So what does rage sound like? Because for me, I was very angry that I didn't tell this teenager boy, get off my body. You know, I don't want to lose my virginity right now. But I froze and I just let him do whatever he wanted. And I don't feel he was trying to hurt me. He was just a horny teenager. But I didn't even know him. You know, he wasn't my boyfriend for a long time, and it wasn't something we spoke about and made a decision, I want to lose my virginity today, you know? So it was forced, but I didn't say anything. I just froze. I was like a zombie. And I was very enraged and angry and bitter, and I hated men, and I had this hatred towards all men because of what happened to me. So for me to heal that, I had to, just sound out the rage, the anger, the frustration. This is a great technique to just get really in touch with what are you really feeling. And for some of us, we don't even give ourselves permission to really feel what we're feeling. So let's take a moment right now and reflect. What is that hurtful thing that happened? And if I could create a sound to narrate it, to express it, what does it feel like to be raged, to be angry, to feel sad, to feel numbed out even? What does that sound like? So let's take a moment and sound it out. Freezing isn't uncommon. The amazing thing, Sherry, right now, when a man is hitting on me, like if a man, just the other day, I was with someone and he was being very flirty with me and I literally froze. And this happened recently, and it's still there, you see? This person's very alpha male, and I think he was just excited to see me because I hadn't seen him in a long time. But he was a lot of that male energy, and I found myself going like this. So that was really interesting for me. That's my go-to in the past, is to go to get nervous. So right now, let's just roar! Let's get in touch with our animal sounds and just take a moment right now. Hopefully you're in a place where you could do this. And just let's roar a little. I'm inviting everybody, just open up your throat. And I want you to get in touch with rage and anger, bitterness, all the lower vibration emotions that sometimes we don't want to go there. Maybe your parents taught you that anger is not a good, that anger is not a good thing. Like, don't be angry. Don't be angry at me. You know how sometimes parents have said that? Stop being angry. You know, be quiet. Don't be angry. You don't need to be angry. I've heard that a lot, believe me, folks, where our anger, our rage, our frustration makes an adult caretaker upset. They don't want to deal with our emotions. So then as children, we learn how to suppress our emotions. So this is what we're doing right now, is you're just going to open your mouth, let out whatever emotions you stored from your childhood. Get in there, go wherever you feel you're holding tension. Let your low back roar, let your right shoulder roar, let your hips roar. And just feel your jaw opening, and I'm feeling like I want to play my drum right now. 1 second here. Am I angry at anybody? Am I angry at myself? Am I frustrated at anyone? Am I frustrated with myself? I know for me, it's been a challenge to be really committed to my exercise, and I've been wishy-washy with my workout. And my body, you know, I'm 45 now, so my body's like, hello, Michelle, you're not 28 anymore, even though you feel like you're 28. So I had to pay attention to my bones, my bone density, and make that commitment 3 times a week. I met with Monica Arenas. She did my body fat analysis. And she told me certain foods that I should be eating more. And I got coached on how I can better commit to myself in my body and taking care of my bones and taking care of my weight and just looking ahead to a healthier lifestyle even more. And I'm pretty healthy. So there's always a place that we can improve and fine tune. And sometimes we get frustrated. We're like, I thought I was healthy. So let's get in touch with that right now. Roar! You can write roar! Do I get frustrated with myself easily? Am I hard on myself? Do I walk around feeling wounded? Have I made up this story that I'm so wounded and I'm so fragile and I'm so sensitive? I feel angry with myself for years of hurting my body with unhealthy food. Isn't that amazing that I bring this up? And my body fat is 33%. I'm 33% body fat. And I was on the way higher scale. And I was like, but I love my voluptuousness. And she was showing me about fluffy foods. And I was like, oh my God, I've become fluffy. But I'm not mad at myself. That's the thing. Like, this is just my body's trying to tell me, Michelle, listen, like, we can tone it down a little. Like, literally, tone it down. Roar! I love it. So yeah, think about how you've been mad at yourself and how that weighs you down even more. Because if we knew better, if I knew better, if I was more aware of my fat in my body, which I love, and that's the thing, like, maybe just loving myself a little too much here. I know, it's so funny, but at the same time, you know, the higher fat percentage we have, the higher risk we are for diabetes. So I'm cutting out the mochi, and I'm cutting out my chocolate croissants at Panther Coffee or at, you know, in between, sometimes my daughter and I will go and have a little snack, and it's a way of bonding, but I'm realizing we're gonna be bonding running and bonding instead of the croissant and bonding. So that happened so that I can now be aware that running with my daughter is a healthier way of bonding with her. So I don't have to be mad at myself about going to get the croissants with her or the donuts at Salty Donut. I can't go there anymore. I'm gonna miss that. I know. No more mochi, Mari. We can go running too. But you see how that is just the way life is. Things happen so that we can adapt and grow and be more in touch with, well, what do I want to create, you know? Because I love myself too much to just fill myself with sugar. I hope I get to love myself enough for too much one day. So let's close our eyes. Thank you so much for writing that. Yes. How about right now we do a little reverse engineering, and now let's go to 3 months from now, where we have done this practice of processing our emotions, releasing all the woundedness daily. You could do this in the shower. And what I do is I shake my body in the shower. So if you don't have a drum or you don't have a crystal bowl or you could do this too. You know, you could get a little maraca. I can send you the link for it. This is my hummingbird link. My hummingbird, and the hummingbird always goes to the sweetest flower. So we can see the sweetness in everything. And this just reminds me to do that. Thank you, hummingbird. So some type of shaking I highly recommend every single day in the morning. And I do this in the shower, and it just feels really good. I just shake my body. So let's do this right now. We're gonna shake off the past. Shake off the dried up leaves. Shake off believing that you don't love yourself enough right now. Shake off that you're fluffy. Shake off that you're enraged. Shake off the foods that you ate that you know weren't really good for you. Let's shake right now. Shake it all off. We're gonna shake off everything. What I need to eat more of is legumes, the green stuff. That's what I need to eat more of, and less of the sugar stuff. She said to me, are you an emotional eater? And I was like, yes. It just feels good. And I've let go of a lot of things these past couple weeks, so I feel like I'm I'm compensating with the food, these last couple weeks especially. So I gotta just have compassion for myself. And definitely more beach walks, more walks in nature, more running outside or fast walking outside. Do those things outside. It's so beautiful outside. So let's shake off the past. And then exhale, just blow it out of your mouth. You're taking all the past. If there's a part of you that thinks you don't love yourself enough, we're gonna do the reverse engineering, okay? 3 months from now, you're so awesome. You scheduled a 30-minute clarity call with me. We got a little boost of love on the phone with me, and I sent you on your way and just getting really aligned with what you want to create. And 3 months from now, you already love yourself 100%. What would that feel like? Are you willing to imagine right now? If you could imagine what that would feel like, what it would feel like, take a moment right now and imagine what would it feel like if I loved myself completely. I love myself completely. And we're gonna sing this. This is where we're gonna reprogram the DNA. We're gonna reprogram right now on Facebook Live. You can reprogram yourself. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself completely. I accept myself. I accept myself and all of who I am. What would that feel like? What would it feel like to walk around loving every part of your fluffiness? If you got fluffiness like me, loving those arms. Even though they're a little fluffy, I still love them. And we're just gonna go running and working out more often. That's it. What would it feel like if you loved yourself more? If you accepted yourself more? If you embraced all of who you are? What if you embraced your past and you forgave everybody that you felt hurt by? What would you feel in your body if you let go of resentment towards yourself or towards family members or people? What would it feel like if I was totally free of my past? And you could do this, cutting cords. Think of somebody in your life that maybe you're still attached to, that you're frustrated that you're still attached. It's like an addiction. Trust me, I know. It's like we're so used to the past. That's comfortable. The past is comfortable. So what we can do is imagine more. And I learned this from Dr. Joe Dispenza. He's freaking awesome. I love that guy. We just have to imagine more throughout the day. Comfort food, because it's like a hug from the inside. Yeah. Thank you. Or shoveling here in Connecticut. Oh, that's awesome. Jiggling. My Dachshunds are tripping over this. So funny. Yeah, I commit to just giving myself more hugs, and I have this goal of my ideal weight being 128, and I'm 134 right now. So Monica had me write with a erasable marker in my mirror in my bathroom. I weigh 128 pounds. I prioritize myself. I eat only when I'm hungry. And, you know, certain other goals that I have for my business. And it feels really good that every time I pass by my bathroom now, it's on my mirror. So little things like that are loving ourselves more. Creating goals. And I'm going to put Monica Arenas' link because she's really awesome and she helped me so much yesterday. And it's so important for us to have the right support. Do you feel like you have the right support in your life, or do you feel you don't have people that are holding you accountable? I can definitely be one of those people for you to hold you accountable. And it's a way of loving yourself to have people in your life that support you. I'm sharing that because that's something I've learned only in the past couple of years. I thought I had to do it all by myself, or else I'm weak. That's what I put that in my head, that I got to do it all by myself. And now I'm suffering the Post-its. Those I am Post-its. Yeah, those are awesome. Yes. So I am love. I accept myself. I am ecstatic. I am orgasmic. I always love that one. I am creative. I am open. I am here. And letting go of the past, whatever pains, hurts, woundedness, the best way to let it go is by writing, what did I learn from that? Or asking yourself. I've always had people hold me accountable in a pretty negative way. Wow, that's powerful, Iana. Thank you for sharing that. So what would it feel like to have people hold us accountable in a positive way? I love that you wrote that. See, we're all healing each other. What would it feel like for us to have cheerleaders, supports? I love Mari, my protege. She's my student who now she's working with people. She's no longer the student, she's the protege now. She is amazing, and Mari holds space for everyone that is non-judgmental, as I do for my clients. But for me to do that for myself has been my biggest challenge. It's so amazing how we do to others what we really need to do to ourselves. And I am feeling great. Yes, I am feeling great. I am 128. That's awesome. It would feel more like love and less like doubt and judgment. Beautiful. So what does love feel like? For me, love is acceptance. For me, love is embracing my shadows, my darkness. Yeah, you got this, Yana. Yes, you guys are so awesome. For me also, like with my coaches, my Ready to Love Again coaches, Gladys and Michelle, they have homework for us, and there's certain things that we've had to do with men and relationships, and I definitely have like blah, 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 not wanted to do the homework in that area. And I noticed how I was ashamed and I wouldn't want to reach out to my coaches because I didn't want to tell them that I didn't do the homework. And so that's something where now I'm not ashamed anymore. I don't judge myself like I used to, because what I realize is when we're learning something, we have to have room for error. We have to, just like that little baby that keeps falling when they're learning how to walk. But before, I think I was more of like a general, like a military person, where I would be, Michelle, you gotta get this right, and you gotta do it like this. There was this voice inside me that was very hard. And it's interesting because my body was harder in the past, and I was this type A yoga maniac, having to do all the poses perfectly, and I was very anal and perfectionist and hard with myself. And then I went on the other side of the fluffiness and became ultra loving, I'm gonna let it slide. So what I feel like I'm doing now personally is I'm coming back to balance, where I've been too accepting or too loving or too, where I'm realizing there has to be a balance here. Balance is definitely the key. Oh my God, you're my sister. Yeah, we're all sisters. I love you all. Type A, yes. I feel my life, I was living my life trying to perfect the pose and missing the joy of stumbling, the joy of the journey. And that's why today I have a lot of wisdom. I have a lot of wisdom to share, you know? I feel I do anyway. I'm being a lot easier on myself. I used to be so mean to me, but I'm loving myself without the I can't see the rest of what you wrote. See more. Like the comment. Okay, I can't see the rest of the comment, but whatever. It's okay. I'm trying to move it here. I used to be mean to me, but I'm loving myself without the I don't know what it says. I'm so happy that you're being easier on yourself. And like, why not just have fun in life? You know, why not go through the challenges in a fun way? This is where I'm at right now, without the extra calories. Yes. Well, listen, I commit to my nutritional intake having less sweets for sure. I committed yesterday, and I commit to my beach walks consistently, because I would do my walks and then I would miss a couple days, and then I would do my walks. So what I notice is when I don't go outside in the morning, I don't feel as energized. It's amazing how the sun really does help us. So I wonder with everybody, can you share a little bit of the wisdom of what you've gotten from this Facebook Live? Is there anything new that you're aware of from that exercise that I guided you, or maybe from some vulnerable things that I shared today about myself or my life? You know, I love to share the truth, because all of us are going through similar things, and that's a part of what I love to do, is really be open and embracing all my flaws that are there so that I can be more fabulous, turning our flaws to fabulous and our wounds to wisdom, and then we can turn our traumas into thriving fertilizer. And this is how I look at life, and that's it. It's just, we're gonna take this journey, we're gonna expand the Phoenix Rising, we're gonna stretch our bodies more often, and embody uprising together. I'm mean to me too, in the past, right, Erica? In the past. So the way we can keep ourselves in love, roar like a lion, roar, yes, I love that. Do more of that. And to be kinder to yourself, literally, I feel it's about making time in our schedule for ourselves. Making time, like I get once a week massages now. I go to the Standard. I put that on my commitment list at least once a week, and doing the beach walks once a day. Definitely being outside is so important. Let me see what some people wrote here. I was sat in an old state of mind thinking I can't lose weight. I always fail. I may as well quit. I'm learning that we all one and always looking for balance. Yes, it's so true. I want everybody to know I go through things too, It's like it's not for life to be perfect. It's for us to just keep being aware and keep growing. And Ayana, I highly recommend, if I can mention, to massage your body. Are you doing any type of body love ritual? Because I know for me, massaging my belly, massaging my breasts, massaging my heart, massaging my thighs, just taking time. I put music on, I turn on a candle, and I just lay there and I love up on myself. Yeah, beautiful. That's so beautiful. So this Facebook Live has snapped me out of that mindset. Yes, yay! I'm so happy that happened for you. And guess what? You could just save the link and you can listen to it again and again and again if you need to be snapped out again. And that's what I realize is the more we come back to this present moment, just with your breath, you could do this so easy. Is put your hand over your heart, put your hand over your belly. 1, 2, 3, sniff, sniff, sniff. Come back to this present moment and just say, I am here. And I'm choosing to love myself. I'm choosing in this moment to accept myself. I'm choosing to be softer on myself. I'm choosing to let go of being hard on myself. And then you can also say thank you for that, because it's taught me to be more focused, maybe. What was the benefit of being hard on yourself? Can you think about that? Sometimes people are like, nothing. There is no benefit to being hard on myself. But then I say, well, wait a minute. That's something you learned. You learned that there's no benefit in being hard on yourself. Isn't that something you learned? Get it? Do you get that? Wow, so maybe I learned that being hard on myself is not feeling good inside. And that gives me something to then reflect on and say, wow, do I want to keep living like that? And to realize that that's a choice. And so if you loved yourself more, if you were kinder to yourself, what would that look like, Iana? What would it look like? How would it feel in your body? This is where we want to transform into wisdom. You want to embody what you want to create. This is what I learned from Dr. Joe Dispenza, taken lots of courses with him. He's all about neuroscience and epigenetics and changing our DNA. So when you look at me, I'm a person that refuses to stay in mean mode and hate mode. I feel my hatred, my meanness, I feel it, and then I flow it. I fart it out through my mouth. I literally do that. And then I ask myself, how do I want to feel? What do I want to create? And I come back to those questions. How do I want to feel? What do I want to create? Throughout my day, when I fall on my face and I stumble, I get back on the love train and I just ask myself, what do I want to create? Okay, this is hurting me right now, and I have this inner processing with my soul, with my essence, with who I am, and I spend more time inward, feeling more. Rather than calling somebody and asking them for advice, I go inside and I counsel with the wisdom of ourselves. Each one of us is so wise. So I'm feeling to just ask, does anybody have any questions about this transformational work that we just did? There's a lot of value today that was shared by everybody giving their own feedback. Thank you so much. That was so awesome. My life is enriched because I see how people are going through what I'm going through personally. And make sure to practice these techniques every day. Step 1 was open up your body, lean back. Step 2 was, where am I holding tension, tightness, pain? Step 3 was breathing into that part and then asking, what's there, And then what was the benefit of that? How did I learn from my shoulder tension, my low back pain? How did I learn from my hip tension? And am I holding anything there? And then, have I ever been hurt by anyone? Am I still angry at anybody? So you ask the questions. Am I angry at myself? How am I treating myself? You're welcome, Iana. My pleasure. And then you can ask yourself, what did I learn from that suffering, trauma? What did I learn from it? How has it helped me to shift my life in a more healthy way? So making sure to ask the right questions is so important. And if anybody feels that they want to go deeper in this work, if you want to receive a phone healing session with me or a one-on-one 2-hour session, I offer a variety of wonderful releasing and processing, balancing, harmonizing approaches with the Alva method. And I also work with people with trauma, sexual trauma, any type of trauma, people going through a divorce, people that are feeling stuck. And I love taking people on this pain to pleasure journey where we don't just finish with the clearing, then we amp up our sexual energy, the pleasure system, because that system is also the system that connects us to our soul. So the soul and the pleasure system, they work together, the love system. And this is what I love to teach people, because as a physical therapist, for 23 years, all we learned was teach people how to release pain, how to manage pain. So I'm in a place now where we're clearing that pain, honey, and we're going into orgasmic life, ecstatic, connected life. And this is what I believe is the way all physical therapists should function, because we're physical therapists. We can learn about the emotions and how we hold them in the body, but then we also teach our clients how to be orgasmic, ecstatic, and not just leave that to the Tantra practitioner, because the Tantra practitioner, which I'm also a Tantra practitioner, but they don't have the biomechanics and the kinesiology background that a physical therapist has. And then taking in also some shamanic healing from all these, into all these approaches, that's something else that I do, and use rituals for cleansing. So it's a really awesome approach, and I'm really grateful to be offering, when you do one-on-one sessions with me, it's a journey. It's a journey we take, and it's science-based. It's very energetic, and sound healing is a part of it, and mindset change, neurolinguistic programming. So if anybody wants more information on how to work with me or learn more about my events and what's coming up in South Florida, message me. I would love to get your email if you want to be on my email list, and you can schedule a 30-minute free clarity call, a breakthrough call with me. And that's a gift I'm offering everybody today. I'll put the link there. And please share this with your groups, share this with your friends if anybody's in need. This is a healing session we just did on Facebook Live, so I'm super grateful to be able to hold space. Can I move to Florida and be your bestie? Oh my God, of course. Come for the weekend, and you can stay at the Standard Spa. I'm gonna be there Sunday, November 18th, this Sunday. If you could take a little weekend trip, go for it, Iana. I would love to see you. Where are you at right now? I can also come and visit and do a weekend workshop for people wherever. I'm open to traveling and just sharing the wisdom and the love. I've had a lot of fertilizer in my life, and I'm not keeping it all to myself. Sending lots of love to everybody. Have an awesome day. Bye.